God, shave as well. This is the problem when you're prepping and you're 2 weeks out from running your own show. Is yeah, I need a haircut. I need to shave. Fuck yeah. Yeah, today it should be good. I have to do a little bit of work. I need to eat. Let's make some eggs. But then also I have to. We're going on a site visit, so we'll go and check out the venue for the Gulf Amateur Championship, and then I've got sumo deadlifts, which I'm very excited about. It's like one of the only lifts that's been going well this whole prep. Get you guys on board for a good lifting session and talk about maybe some training and performance tips. But first, you've got to eat. So here we are in the atrium of the convention center. So we'll, especially for the September show, have like be like a mini expo. We're going to get a load of brands in here, stalls, you know, protein powder, apparel, all that good stuff, and put that in here. It's such a good space, man. It's such a good space. Super bright. Obviously, it's massive as well. So there's like heaps of space for athletes to come and sit down, and then through there is the main entrance for spectators. We have the backstage area through here. So this is like, it's massive. It is massive. We've got all these, I mean, this will be blocked off, but it's all good lighting. Yeah, and then backstage around there, which we'll get into in a little bit. So this is our backstage area. This is normally all covered with like protection for the tanning. The venue is through there, but that's normally closed. This is where all the athletes will be getting ready. We have like a room here. This actually gets cleared out and protected, and we make this into like a pump-up room. It's pretty legit. And the tanning all happens back here in the venue, which is also lovely. So we fill this up with all the tanning stuff. They do a good job. They get ready here, and then onto the stage. The venue is always so immaculate, and the stage is massive. And then once again, we're going to have that big LED screen. If any of you have seen any of the WNBF's media from September, from our September show, we had a huge LED screen back here where we put like graphics up, and we have like a nice entrance for all the athletes. We're going to do the same thing again. So yeah, really cool. The venue is always so modern and bright, which I like. Some bodybuilding venues are kind of dark theatres. I think we do a good job of making it like nice and bright, modern, and heaps of space for spectators as well. So anyway, talked about everything with the venue guys here. I mean, we've been working with them a long time now, so it's a really nice like hand-in-hand partnership we have going on. And that's it, like I'm ready. 2 weeks out, we'll get it done. As I mentioned, training's been going pretty well. Even in recent weeks where I complain about it, still making like pretty good progress on a lot of my lifts, which is great. Ensuring you're at least retaining numbers as deep into prep as possible will play a huge role into how you come and show up come stage time. If I can hold on to this, particularly like, I call them like indicator lifts, sumo deadlift, machine pressing, T-bar row, for me will be the big ones. If I can maintain my numbers on that for as long as possible, I know at least something will be going right in terms of tissue retention. So, but how have I been going about that this prep? One thing I've been doing religiously is making sure that my nutrition around my workout is extremely consistent and effective. Even on low carb days, all my carbs are around my workout. I know it's really tempting to go and put them at the back end of the day and do the carb backloading thing, because it's nice for your satiety, but it's going to do you no favors for your training performance. So I literally sandwich my workout with carbs beforehand and carbs after. And sticking to that, making sure my digestion is good and I'm like well fed, well hydrated, has been one of the biggest reasons why I've just been able to keep showing up in the gym and performing as if I'm in a fed state. And that's not going to last forever, but it's lasting for as long as it needs to. And then the other big thing is my logbook. Like, you've seen me in a few videos now, always writing in my logbook, keep those numbers fresh in my mind. That's going to play a big role as well. Don't be surprised if, when you're feeling weak in the depths of prep and you're eyeballing your sessions or going by feel, yeah, you're going to feel weak and you're going to put less on the machine, you're going to put less on the bar. And when you lift less over the course of prep, it's a signal to your body to not necessarily need to retain the tissue it needs to. That signal, that mechanical tension, that raw kilos that you're lifting, that's the signal your body needs to build or retain muscle tissue at the end of the day. And if you're lowering that signal, even if it's unintentional, even if it's just because you feel tired, don't be surprised if tissue ends up coming off your body. Let's lift a little bit more. I'll come back with a couple of other tips on how you can keep your performance going through the gym after this workout. Just to give you some other pointers on keeping some performance while you're in a calorie deficit or in, even worse, in contest prep. Of course, one of the main things is going to be to adjust your expectations, which sounds so simple, but if you've had a really productive off season, it will genuinely be difficult to change your mentality from being able to add 5-10 kilos a week to a lift, or get like PRs of 3 extra reps, 4 extra reps sometimes, going to be like having to celebrate getting an extra rep at the same weight and things like that. Just by adjusting your expectations, rather than having like a small PR, you'll still be finding that you get that progression, you get that PR coming even still. When I say in the off season you can add stuff every week, in season it might be every other week that you snatch that extra rep, it might be every 3 weeks, you might find you have to maintain a weight for a longer time than expected. But again, roll with it. As long as it's not going backwards, you're in a really good position. And the second thing is to focus on your recovery even more. We should be doing that in the off season anyway, but certainly with the extra food, you can get away with slightly worse recovery because the food will make up for the lack of recovery. So again, making sure you are prioritizing your sleep, making sure you are doing that extra bit of like mobility and soft tissue work now and again, staying hydrated, all these things will factor into your recovery capacity, and making sure your recovery capacity is as high as possible is how you can make sure you can keep training as hard as possible for as long as possible. Supplementation. Being smart with your supplements is not that I'm saying you have to go and abuse caffeine every time, but certainly having some things on hand that will give you that boost of energy or boost of performance when things are really lagging is definitely going to help you make those progressive sessions effective. I know there's people who say, oh, caffeine's not actually as effective as the research states and things like that. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. Coffee's great anyway. It's going to help you have that energy, but aside from that, I'll still use like a pump product pre-workout a lot of the time. And honestly, half of it is just, it's the ritual. I actually think so much of it's psychosomatic. Just making that pre-workout, having it like I normally do it with like while I'm walking on a treadmill for like 10 minutes before I train, sipping the pre-workout, writing in my logbook. Like that ritual is part of getting your brain and body ready to train. Like I think that's really underrated. Like being in the zone, being ready to lock in and push yourself is massively underrated. And while the chemicals in the pump product might not actually do that, the ritual of having a pre-workout, you could honestly make it flavored water, I think. And if you didn't tell me, I'd still go through the same process. It would still help me activate before I train. I hope that keeps you progressive, keeps you training hard through prep or through your summer shredding diet. Big vlog next week. Gulf Amateur Championships. I'm going to try and vlog like every day of the polygraphs. Obviously a full vlog on the day of the show as well. BTS, how does it look to run a WNBF show day? Very excited for that one. Got to keep pushing till then. I really want to hit like a new low that week so that when I take all the polygraph days, I'm deloading. I won't be training those days, which is nice. I need the deload actually. Be very welcome. Should be a good week for it. I'll catch you in the next one.